Hello and welcome again. Today I want to speak to you about the very important process of photosynthesis. Now let's begin by breaking that word down. Photo, it means light. You might have heard someone say, let's take a photo. And to get a good photo, you need to adjust the light so that the light does not shine into the lens but bounces off of the subject. That's why you had the term the photograph, an image using light. Now the other part of the word photosynthesis has to do with building something up. Synthesis, or to synthesize something, is to build it up from its raw materials. So photosynthesis, it's really a building up process where we use light to build things up from simple raw materials. Let's talk now about those simple raw materials. We need to add water to plants on a regular basis. Water is taken up by the roots of plants. Once it's taken up by the roots of plants, it's transported in a special tube called the xylem all the way up the stem into the leaves of the plant. Then carbon dioxide diffuses into the leaf, more specifically from the underside where you have tiny openings called stomata. Stomata is plural, singular is stoma, and carbon dioxide gas, it's at 0.04% in the atmosphere, but that's a higher concentration than what's inside of the leaf. So carbon dioxide diffuses, or the molecules move from an area of high concentration on the outside to an area of low concentration on the inside in a special part of the leaf known as the spongy mesophyll. Then it diffuses into the cell, making its way into a specific component of the plant cell known as the chloroplast. These chloroplasts are like little solar cells. They depend upon sunlight energy powering a manufacturing process that uses hydrogen atoms from water, which is H2O, and carbon atoms from carbon dioxide to build up sugars which contain carbon and hydrogen and oxygen. It's a complicated process going on inside of the leaf. But once these sugars are built, the leaf joins them up together in other parts, making starch. Starch, some of it is stored in the leaf, other bits of starch are stored in other parts. But before it can be stored in other parts, it's transported as sucrose, which is made up of 2 sugar units, and this is quite soluble and easy to transport. And this sucrose is sent along special tubes in the stem to all parts of the plant, and these tubes are called the phloem tissue. And once the sucrose arrives in other parts of the plant, it is transformed and stored as starch. So that's a lot of information. What we're going to do with all of that information is we are going to have Chat GPT summarize it into some notes, and we will have those notes below this video here on Google Sites. Then you will have some questions to test your understanding of all the work we covered from today's lesson. So let's go into Google Sites and take a closer look.